Hello, my fiery friends. Welcome to another awesome and fiery fun stream. I'm your host, the Infernoman here, and hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you are at. Alright, so the sun is going to begin setting on Marvel superheroes for Magic the Gathering as of the was it this weekend? Yeah, this weekend. This weekend is actually going to be pre-release for The Hobbit. Wow, we're just blazing through these sets like nobody's business. So, before we give a proper send-off to the Marvel set, and before we start jumping into Tolkien's The Hobbit next week, we need to at least do one more deck, starting at least one creature and one specific card that actually I do like once I started building this deck. So, what exactly are we going to be playing with today? Well, I'm glad you asked. So without further ado, let's just jump into it right now and show you exactly what we're going to be playing with today. So, without further ado, join me today in the historic format as we build a whole deck around one singular card from Marvel superheroes. And actually, this one's from, I believe, I think this one's actually from the Commander Precon, and I thought, you know what? I think we could actually build something 60 card around her. So, this is going to be Shuri the Black Panther, as she, of course, succeeds T'Challa from, I don't remember seeing the other movies, but I know she becomes the Black Panther at some point. But in any case, she will be leading, of course, our Wakandan artifacts in the historic format on a budget for the first half of today's stream. So as always, we'll go over, of course, the stats of the deck in just a few moments. We'll cover every single card in the deck, explain to you how our strategy is going to work. For the first half of the stream, it's going to be the budget version I just mentioned. We'll be playing non-ranked for just a little bit, just to kind of give you a little idea if you do want to play this on a budget, how you can get your wins in nice and easy with this deck. And if you like the deck and maybe you want to see it become even stronger, in the second half of the stream, we'll then cover the deck with its full upgrades to show you how it can really go all out if you like what we're playing with today. So let's go ahead, let's talk about the stats of the deck beforehand. Long-time viewers of the channel know how we do it. We got to talk about the stats of the deck before we actually dive right in. So, Wakandan Artifacts is going to be, actually it's a mono white deck, but we splash a little bit for green. So it's a little misleading with the color combination, but you should get the idea still. In sense, we have an average mana curve that's really, really low, only 1.3. That's actually very low for a Magic deck, but we're still going to rock 20 lands just the same, just to make sure we also don't run into any issues with land drops. Otherwise, the rest of the deck is just nicely split down the middle. As I mentioned, 20 lands, but we also have 20 creatures and 20 non-creature spells. Specifically, however, it's going to be 2 instants, 6 enchantments, and the remainder is all going to be all artifacts. If we do count the creatures, that in total means we have we have 40 artifacts in the deck. So that is beyond overkill for a deck, but we definitely need all those artifacts. And I'll explain why in just a second. So, as I mentioned earlier, Shuri the Black Panther is going to be what we're building our final deck around that's Marvel superheroes themed. So, it's this right here. She is a 2-mana, 2/3 legendary creature, human noble hero. She has lifelink, and whenever Shuri attacks, draw a card if you control 3 or more artifacts. Then, if you control 6 or more artifacts, creatures you control get a nice pump of +2/+2 until end of turn. The way it's worded, that means Shuri also will get the pump as well when she swings. So that's actually the one reason why I like it, is we've done artifact decks before where we can get a nice little bit of pump from our creatures, but they've also been kind of slow. Whereas Shuri right here is going to be very aggressive once she gets enough artifacts out, because that initial +2/+2 pump will add up very quickly if our opponent does not have an answer for her. So that's where the name of the game is. However, we want to make sure we also stay very low to the ground, because the faster we can get out more artifacts, the quicker we can get that pump, and the faster we can close out the game against our opponent. So to do that, all of our artifacts, as you can see, we're only going to be doing with 0, 1, and 2 drops today. So very low to the curb. And also we're playing this in Historic, which is the only way you can actually play this. Technically, you can play this in Timeless. I wouldn't recommend it though, because I tried testing out a deck there and we got steamrolled very quickly there. It's a very powerful format, so I think this is probably the best format you can get the most value out of her. So, to get that value, of course, we want to, as I mentioned earlier, go low to the ground with artifacts. So, in the 0 drop slot, we have Ornithopter here, free artifact, 0/2, doesn't do any damage initially, but with Shuri's pump, that means it could become a 2/4, so it'll get some good damage in once we start getting the ball rolling. Other artifacts that we're going to throw in is going to be Magitech Infantry here. This may not look like anything but Draft Shaft, but trust me, this is a key card that can really help us out here. Magitech Infantry from Final Fantasy is a robot soldier, 1/1. It gets +1/+0 as long as you control another artifact, which is easy for our deck because we'll definitely have that pump initially. So it technically comes in as a 2/1. And it's a secondary ability for 3 mana, allows you to dig out of your library another card named Magitech Infantry and put it onto the battlefield tapped. So you can just start pulling out all of your additional copies, just to then start widening your game plan and just start going big. So that's actually going to be very helpful for our plan. Other creatures in the deck, we'll throw in Ginger Brute here. Classic little food golem. He has haste, and also for its first ability, can't be blocked except against creatures that also have haste. So with this and actually getting some pump here, you can actually get some sneaky damage and force through damage no matter what if you use its main ability. If you need to in a pinch, just sacrifice it like any other food to then gain some life. We'll also throw in Universal Automaton. Again, it may look like Draft Chaff, but hear me out. This card is actually really good for the deck because it also has Changeling. It's a Shapeshifter 1/1. The reason why we want a Changeling artifact creature is for another card we'll talk about in just a second, which is going to be Retrofitter Foundry here. So this is also another one of our key pieces to help us go super big and super wide with our deck. If for some reason Shuri cannot make her self stay on the field with some extra damage with her pump, then we can rely on cards like Retrofitter Foundry here in the early game. For this artifact specifically, it's a 1-drop, and it says for 3 mana, untap the artifact. For 2 mana and tapping it, you can create a servo token. For 1 mana and tapping it, sacrifice a servo, and you get a Thopter. And if you sacrifice the Thopter for free, you get a colorless 4/4 construct. So this actually is really sweet to help us just pump up some of our smaller creatures to make them bigger. This actually will be great for the deck because we have, as I mentioned earlier, Universal Automaton does count as an honorary Thopter, so you can get actually a bigger creature out of it just from sacrificing an Automaton, or just the Ornithopter, of course. Anunnaki of Gem City is here. Hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon, and how you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Thanks again for joining us here. What's up? I'm doing well. Glad to see you here, by the way. You're just in time as we're explaining again our final Marvel Superheroes deck, and then we'll kind of, if we have enough time, maybe we'll talk a little bit about what we've seen with The Hobbit. So I'm, of course, excited for The Hobbit. And again, honestly, in retrospect, I'll say it right now, even though I'm not fond of Marvel in Magic, this one at least was a lot better than the Spider-Man one. The Spider-Man one for me felt very flat, but this one actually feels a lot more better. So we've actually had quite a bit of fun. Not gonna lie, it's actually been a much more enjoyable experience than the previous Marvel set. So hopefully they can actually keep that going, if I was to be honest, for the next couple sets. Let's see, where was I at? Oh yeah. So now covering, of course, the other non-creature spells in the deck to make sure we can get our game plan off. We do need some removal, so we're going to throw in, of course, Portable Hull, exiles non-land permanents, and opponent controls with mana value of 2 or less until it leaves the battlefield. So just early game stuff to get it out of the way and keep the board clear, so that way we can have Shuri keep swinging. We can have all of our artifacts keep swinging without any intrusions. If we need instant speed removal, it is a budget deck, but we can afford 2 copies of Erode, destroying a creature or planeswalker for 1 mana. And then, yes, your opponent has to get out a basic out of it, but that's actually not too bad of a deal for us. Mostly you want to save this for the very end when you need something out of the way that's really big, and you can clear the field once they have everything tapped down, and you should be able to get your victory, no problem. Anunnaki, Lithoform Engine, or Helm of the Host being added? Actually, not for this build because we're rocking Luris here. So actually, glad you brought that up, my fire friend. So the reason why we're going to stay low to the ground is my strategy is keep everything cheap, spam the board with tons of cheap artifacts, and then we can just go wide. However, if things fall apart for us at any point, that's why we have our companion here, Luris of the Dream Den. So Luris here, Cat Nightmare, 3/2 creature, legendary, that has companion, meaning to use this in the sideboard, again, you have to have permanents that cost 2 mana or less to use. But it also has lifelink, which is good for keeping us alive. And of course, once during each of your turns, you can cast from your graveyard 1 permanent spell with a mana value of 2 or less. So this, again, is just going to help us recur some of our cheaper stuff. Say, like, maybe we're sacrificing things with Retrofitter Foundry to create those constructs. Then we can recast again for free those Ornithopters, Universal Automatons. So this helps us, again, just churn through our deck to get all the value we need. To give us a little bit more of a go-wide option here, we'll also throw in the 2-drop slot, Barbed Spike. This is an equipment that's 2 mana. However, when it enters, you create a Thopter token and it attaches itself to it. The equipped creature gets +1/+0 pump, which is great for us to get a little more damage. And again, with Shuri, that means that it'll definitely get a little bit more oomph if we start swinging in the air. But what really helps us out, again, is this is 2 artifacts for 2 mana. So this will speed up the clock that we definitely want with Shuri to activate her ability. For more spot removal, once we start going wide, we'll throw in Case of the Gateway Express. When this case enters, choose a creature we don't control, and then we can ping it for 1 point of damage for each creature we have. If we have enough, we should be able to get some things out of the way, and then once we swing with 3 or more creatures, this can give us another extra bit of pump. So this is kind of like a backup thing, just to make sure, again, we can get a little bit more damage out of our game plan. And then finally, our biggest way to finish off our opponent will be Michigo's Reign of Truth. I actually love this card so much here. It's a saga that says it gives a creature +1/+1 until end of turn for each artifact and enchantment they control. So this counts for itself. And of course, you can exile it on part 3 to then flip it into Portrait of Michigo, where it's an enchantment creature, human noble, and she gets +1/+1 for each artifact and our enchantment we control. So she's also going to be a big creature to push through damage against anything our opponent throws at us. Ideally, make sure you target with Michigo to your Ornithopter or your other Thopters to then just do damage in the sky, and you should be able to close out your opponent very quickly. Now, we are a budget deck, but we actually do have some things we could cheat that actually gives a major advantage versus other budget decks in the past. So, since we are an artifact deck, and because they added them in a couple sets ago, we have access to the artifact land. So we'll throw an Ancient Den here, so it does count as an artifact, and it's a land to help speed up again, making sure we have enough artifacts for Shuri to activate her abilities. We'll throw in 6 planes for, again, because we are a budget deck, so we can work with that. And even though we do need green mana, we can afford that with Thornlight Bridge here. This does enter play tapped, but it's indestructible, and we can still tap it for green mana. But it's still good for us because we only have just Shuri we need that essential green mana for. So if it comes in turn 1, say maybe tapped, it's still fine for us. It still gets what we need. We have another artifact weapon, Darksteel Citadel. It's indestructible, but we can tap it for generic mana. And then finally, Plaza of Heroes. So this is our way of protecting Shuri in case if anything completely falls apart on us. So it's a land that we can tap for colorless, or you can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. However, you can only spend it on a legendary spell. But we have Shuri, so that works out in our favor. You can then, of course, tap it to then add 1 mana of any color as long as we have a legendary out. But finally, the real reason we want this card is for 3 mana, and you exile this when you tap it. Target legendary creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. So we only have 2 copies because that's all we can afford, but that's all we need to make sure we can protect our plan and ensure we can get the pump and swing we need to get to our victory. If you're going to play this in best of 3, your sideboard will be as follows. So we have Tormod's Crypt here. It's a free spell, and it exiles graveyards, so you can use this as your graveyard hate. Works perfectly with Laura's here and its ability. Haywire Might's also going to be in one of our artifacts we can use because this does require green mana, but again, it works perfectly for our deck. If it dies, you gain 3 life. Sacrifice the creature instant speed to exile a target non-creature, non-artifact, or an enchantment. Mostly you want this for the One Ring. So if we can get that out of the way and exile it permanently, that helps clear the board out. Copies of Case of the Gateway Express, extra ones here if we just want to go wider, if we need more creatures removal. And then same thing with Glass Casket here. It exiles a creature with a mana value of 3 or less until it leaves the battlefield, but it's also an artifact, so we want it for the deck. And then finally, Overprotect. If we need a little bit more protection with Shuri here or any one of our things, gives a creature an extra +3/+3 pump, trample, hexproof, and indestructible until end of turn. So it will guarantee we can push through damage no matter what. But otherwise, that is the whole game plan, everyone. Wakandan artifacts for you for the historic format. So, can this build get us the victories we're looking for today? Well, only one way to find out. So let's go ahead, let's take this into, for now, we'll just play casual historic with the budget version, and we'll definitely go for ranked in just a little bit. This at least gives it a much more of a fair option against opponents. Arham VT, hello my fire friend, good afternoon, how you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Thanks again for joining us. Just followed you on Twitter, it would be mean the world if you could follow me back. I'll make sure to do that, of course, once we are done with the stream, so I'll just make sure to circle back with me on that. But otherwise, okay, so here we go. First game, everybody, let's see if we can make this work. Alright, so we got the Plaza Heroes, Ancient Den, so untapped stuff, which is good. Universal Automaton, Barb Spike. None of our major things in hand, but we can definitely do some early game damage here. Easy. Alright, Ancient Den. We'll start off with the Infantry, because that's already a 2-1, and we'll get an Ornithopter out to start us off. Alright, opponents, show me what you got. Bring it on. Okay, got a Forest. Okay, oh, perfect. We got a Retrofitter Foundry. That's great for us, too. So we can put this down now. Universal Automaton. Okay. Swing just with the infantry. Nice. Okay, so with Retrofitter Foundry, again, both of these softers can be converted into bigger creatures, which we'll do right now. Oh, already? Opponent, we just got started. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll take my win. A win's a win, everybody, so I guess our opponent probably already saw us coming a mile away. Okay, that's good. Hey, free wins. We get our dailies done a little bit faster that way. Always get your dailies done, kids. 4 wins minimum every day as a reminder gets you at least 450 gold. If you get at least 5 or 6 wins, I think that should be 500 gold. And if you do at least one of your daily challenges, that gets you another 500 bare minimum. So 1,000 a day can get you at least 1 pack. If you want to math it out. Okay. So, okay. Ooh, this is the spot removal hand. Because we got a Rhodes, Portable Hole, and a Universal Automaton. We'll keep this still. We'll still keep it. Play the planes. Automaton. Alright, opponents. They got black. Vampiric Rites. Alright, so sacrifice shenanigans. Okay. We can make that work. Portable Hole. Vampiric Rites goes bye-bye. Too bad, opponents. All right, down to 19. So at least now we have the perfect mana in case Shuri comes out anytime soon. Virus? No, Virus can kill. All right. Okay. What do we want to get rid of? I guess we'll get rid of the bridge. Oh, perfect. We got Shuri already? Nice. Okay, so that's good for us. So for that, Plaza Heroes. She comes down. So she's already got 3, which is great. Do we want... No attacks yet. Depending on what our opponent throws at us will determine if we need to use a road. I don't want to ramp our opponent, but we're in a weird spot right now. Oh, Stopple Slasher. All right. Oh, swinging? Probably not. Okay. But road's got to take that out now. Ugh. So this means we're going to ramp our opponent, but we need that Slasher out of the way. That can't stick. Okay. Comes back. Ooh, got Gingerbread. That's not too shabby either. Gingerbrute. We swing here. And then we will... actually, do we want to do this now? No, we'll wait it out. I want to see what our opponent does here. What do they block? Gingerbrutes. Panther. Okay. So at least Shuri just gets to do her thing, which is perfect for us. Pass the turn. Okay. What does our opponent have? Oh, oh dear. Okay. I got it. I got it. We can sacrifice the Automaton. We get a Construct, which does avoid the Wrath. Okay. Huh. Wasn't thinking they were going to have a Wrath like that. Okay. Okay. Unstoppable Slasher's got to go bye-bye. At least that's gone now. So our opponent does get... Okay. So we will lose the Construct. Small price to pay, but that's okay. If it sticks, at least we can start drawing cards again. And then for here... Put that down. Shuri swings, draws another card. Nice. Got a Barb Spike out of that, so that's good. We go up to 24. Barb Spike comes in. Okay. Cool. Okay, we're still hanging in there. So you can see the deck is still versatile. It can handle itself just fine. We'll make this time a servo. Opponent can do everything they can to get rid of our creatures, but we can still keep making them. Sorry, opponents. We're wise to your plan. Ruthless negotiation. Oh, wait, I don't know why they did that. Oh, okay, here we go. Michiko's Reign of Truth. Okay, so here we go. So we will make a servo. That gives us another creature there. Michiko's Reign of Truth. Okay. There we go. Big swing here. And we get the pump and the card draw. Nice. Look at that. Big hit right there. And there you go. Out of nowhere. Victory. Nice, clean, fast. All right. We got it. Very nice. Okay. Shuri is looking pretty good right now. Feels great. Feels really good. All right. All right. So we're getting our dailies done pretty quick here. If we end up actually running really well, we could just jump right into ranked if we're feeling it. But until then, we'll get our next game going. And while we're doing that, I do want to ask, how's everyone's week been going so far? Are you excited for The Hobbit coming out next week, everyone? Are there any cards that you want us to start building around? I already have an idea of what I would like to do, but we'll talk about that near the end of the stream. Okay, until then, let's see. We got Gingerbrutes, Magic Infantry. His hand's also a little clunky because we don't have a legendary spell, but I'm going to hold it just the same. We'll see if we can make it work. Opponents. All right. Lots of heroes. Gingerbread to get us started. Opponent is also playing with Loris, so they're also running low to the ground. What are they playing? Soul Ward. Okay. Looks like it's going to be white weenies. Okay. We'll swing here. Do they block? Most likely not. Ugh, this is the one time actually our mana does come back to betray us. Okay, so yeah. Alright, not much we can do. If we only had a white source, we actually would be perfectly fine right now. We don't. So we need to stop that Voice of the Blessed now. Come on, deck. Give us a white source. We just need that. We get that, we'll be fine. Okay, no. Alright, looks like our deck's going to betray us this game. Make this unblockable. Down to 18, opponent. Alright, well, they're going to gain all that life back real quick. We're going to give it another turn or so, but it's not looking good already. Not being able to stop these things with the right mana that's not good. Okay, they pump. Voice of the Blessed. Speaker of the Heaven. Alright. Oh boy. Alright, Voice of the Blessed getting big. Ah, big spirit. Yeep. Ouch. Alright, we took a lot of damage there. Down to 11. Okay. Shuri can come in, which is nice, but that's not enough for us. Okay, we're going to concede this one. Wow, that was a quick one. We did not get the mana we needed, and that completely betrayed our ability to get a victory. So we'll take the L there, but that's okay, everybody. We've only just gotten started, so we got plenty of time here. Okay. Just keep it going. Gonna cram in as many games as we can over the next 2 hours. That's what we're looking at here. Okay, so locking in now. Let's go ahead. Let's give another one here a shot, and we'll see, can Shuri still strike out our opponents? Okay, so far. Okay, so we got planes, the road, the ornithopter, portable hole for a little bit of light removal, barb spike. Okay, enemy goes range truth, so we can definitely do some early game damage here. Should be good. Okay, opponent, show me what you got. Bring it on. Okay, opponents. Okay, let's see. We will play the Ancient Den. Ornithopter. They have the bunny, so Hinterland Sanctifier's got to go bye-bye. So that's gone. Alright. Opponents. Oh, it's a Heir Apparent deck. Okay, well, we're going to have to stay ahead of them some way, somehow, so... Play the infantry. And we will pass here. Okay. So if they start making tokens, we need to blow up their stuff. Can we stay ahead of them? Patchwork Banner, okay. Put it on Rabbit, of course. No surprise there. So they get a 3/3 buff. We will Heir Apparent away with Erode. Okay, so this, they do get a land out of it, but that's a small price to pay. If we can get the Michigo's Reign of Truth out this turn, we might as well start throwing heavy damage while we can. 5/7. That's not too bad. Big swing here. Down to 13 opponents. Okay. There's a chance somewhere that we can close this out here now. Maybe. Heir Apparent number 2. Even though I get really bored of this kind of strategy, I'm not going to lie, we do have a hilarious idea that I have come up with for The Hobbit. But we'll talk about that when the time comes. Okay, and then Ginger Root, okay. Swing here with just the Ornithopter, down 8. Okay. Opponent is close to losing here, but... Okay, phew. You gonna swing? Oh, opponent, you should not have swung. Okay. I don't think our opponent is aware that Retrofitter Foundry can activate. So Ornithopter. Okay. Block here 1. 1 Rabbit down. I know it's not much, but we'll take it. Okay, cool. So, actually, how do we want to do this? horrible hole. I'm trying to think what's the best way to do this. So, that goes away. Magic infantry. Alright, so with that, swing, swing. And an opponent has had enough. Alright, not too bad. We're looking good right now. Take that, rabbits. Hee hee. Okay, so we're looking pretty good, right? Deck feels really, really good. Gets aggressive very quickly and closes out games very fast. At least when we actually get the right mana. Still a shame that other one kind of broke the streak, but that's okay. 1 loss out of what now? 4 wins? Hey, that's been pretty good so far. So it looks like we, depending on how fast these games go, we should be able to get in a lot of games today, actually. All right, so here we go. So we got Shuri already in the opening hand, Ginger Brute as well. We have a Thornlight Bridge, and we have the Plaza Heroes. So we have the right combination of stuff to actually get going early. All right, Thornlight Bridge, and pass. Okay, Sandbar, Island. Oh, it's a Merfolk deck. Okay, okay, opponents. I see ya. Let's see, we'll play Plaza Heroes. Shuri coming in first. She can block at least. She's got 3 toughness. That Master of the Pearl Trident is scary. Merfolk do go big quick. So we'll see if we can get around them. Another Shuri. Don't need that, but that's okay. Okay, so from here, Barbed Spike. That's 2 tokens right there. We'll get in a Retrofitter Foundry. Alright. Not quite enough for the full pump, but that's okay. We did play with Namor the Submariner in a Brawl deck, but he actually is very good even in a 60 card. I unfortunately just did not crack enough copies when I was getting the Marvel set. Block here. Opponents. Do you have an answer? You do not? Okay. Sacrifice this immediately. We go down 1 artifact for a second, but we get a construct out of it, which is great. Opponent. Opponents. Okay. So we block the hit. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, we will put in another bridge. That puts us to 5. We're getting close. Ginger Brute alone should be that 6th. Okay. Opponents. They have something in hand. Is it tempo? Is it a counterspell? Okay. Barb Spike. Okay. Opponent obviously has something in hand. They're not using it yet, so I'm not sure what's going on. But we have enough artifacts to actually do our swing, which is exactly what we wanted. Swing here, we draw a card, and we get the pump. Opponent, what you gonna do? No, seriously, opponent, what are you gonna do? Hello? You must be thinking really hard about how to handle our strategy. Okay. Opponent's thinking. Opponents? You there? Okay, well, I mean, anytime now. Okay, well, your timer's ticking, opponent. A decision must be made in 30 seconds. Oh, Cryptic Command. Wow. Okay. That's annoying. So, we lose that. We still get the pump, though. That's not horrible. They have to block with 3 tokens if they want to stop Shuri, but that's okay. We have another one waiting in the wings. We get a little bit of life to sponge a hit. Okay, so I see what they're trying to do here. So they got Namor here ready to go to start making a ton of tokens. With cards like Cryptic Command, I'm guessing Counterspell at some point. Opponent swinging again. But we still have our way of keeping ourselves on the defense. So it's not the worst. Sacrifice again. Our Thopter token. Make a construct. Let's see. Cryptic Command doesn't stop abilities. It's just a counter spell. A very expensive one. Okay. Unless our opponent has something else. Okay, we got our construct. No damage to us. They're at 17, we're at 24. Okay. Another bridge. Do you have an answer, opponents? This time they do. Okay. So now we're starting to see where Shuri can also be a bit of a liability. Against a deck like Namor here, it's just going to be counter spells and Merfolk. But still, we're going to try to push our way through no matter what. Play Michigo's Reign of Truth. Unless they have another option. 3 mana in hand. I know they have something else. Are they just waiting for us to actually go and tap out? Opponents? Yep, there it is. So Archmage's Charm. Now we're not looking too hot. Okay, so... Oh dear. Namor's pretty big now. A 9/5 flying Merfolk is nothing to ignore. Merfolk retreat. Ugh. Not good. Okay, swinging. Block here, and that means we're dead. Ooh, Merfolk. Namor really gives them a much-needed oomph, but against us, we could not survive. It's all good, though. It's only our second loss today, so that's actually not too shabby. Okay, we shake it off, and we'll play again. But overall, so far the deck feels pretty good, even on a budget level. So for those of you that... How do I put this? If you did enjoy the Marvel Superhero set, my question I would ask my fire friends now is, was there a card you enjoyed from the set overall? Now that we're getting pretty much to the end of it as we move on to the next set, were there cards that you actually did enjoy from the set that you put into your current decks, maybe you made brand new decks out of? Let me know in the comments about how you felt overall now as we have time to look back as the dust has settled on the set. I would love to hear from you. But otherwise, until you get those answers, let's see, we got 2 planes, Ornithopters, and a road for removal, and 2 Retrofitter Foundries. We can definitely start churning out a lot of tokens this way. But okay, let's see. Okay. Opponents. They're still thinking. Okay, cool. We'll keep this hand. We have everything we need. So what's nice about the hand like this is, since Ornithopters are free, you can easily get a Retrofitter Foundry to convert that into a construct on turn 1. Okay, mountain. Okay, that's good for us. Play that. Play the Retrofitter Foundry first. Then we play the Ornithopter. This way, in case if they have removal, we're ready for them. Okay. Okay, opponents. Mono red, what you got? Emberheart Challenger. Okay, well, that's cute. We're playing mice. So this time, actually, you can sacrifice this now. Now we have a blocker. Too bad, opponent. You lose your mice. Okay, that's good for us. So Darksteel Citadel. Retrofitter Foundry. Play the infantry. Alright. I realized actually on that turn I probably missed out on some damage there because I didn't convert the other Ornithopter. That surely won't cost the match, right? Right? Any case. Slingshot show off, okay. Is he swinging? Oh, he is. Okay, well, maybe actually it was a good idea we didn't actually convert the Thopter over yet. So we block here. If he has trample, I mean, that's fine. Oh, yes, Michigo's Reign of Truth. Okay, so I think now we're set up to get our victory here. There we go. That 9/8 swinging. We were faster than mono red that time. Oh, man. Out of nowhere. Woo! Okay, all right. That felt good. All right. That was a beautiful one there. Yes, round of applause for that, everyone. Taking down mono red like it's no big deal. So you can see the deck is very explosive, and it can get very quickly tons of damage if your opponent is not prepared for it. But otherwise, yeah. I'm enjoying this deck so far. It's actually been pretty fun. Granted, yes, none of these matches here are ranked, but you could definitely feel that even on a budget, the deck feels pretty good overall. So if you're a person that is a fan of this kind of gameplay, where you're playing aggressively with artifacts, and you want to play it for as cheap as you can, don't worry. I will leave, of course, the link in the details below once we are done with the stream. But definitely, the deck feels really good. So if you're already a fan of this kind of style, I definitely would recommend this already. I actually won't even wait until the end of the stream. This is actually pretty solid. Okay, we'll get a Retrofit Foundry. Okay, opponent, what you got? Okay, it's one of those alchemy cards. Yeah. But it's okay. No big deal for us. Universal Automaton. Portable Hole. Okay, that goes bye-bye. Too bad, opponents. We pass here. Okay, so is our opponent playing werewolves? Because now we got night and day, and it's one of the most dumbest mechanics ever, but it is what it is. Okay. Reckless Stormseeker. They turn it on. Do they swing? Oh, opponent, you shouldn't have done that. Nobody respects the power of Retrofitter Foundry. We sacrifice this because this is Changeling. So it does count as a Thopter, and we block the damage again. I don't think anybody actually was paying attention to that. Alright, so with that, you know what? Michiko's Reign of Truth. Big old pump there. Now it's a 10-10. An opponent figured out our strategy that... Oh, my goodness. Wow. Really? I'm sorry. I got to point it out again, everyone. A lot of people, and you could get a lot of people off guard with this combo. Retrofitter Foundry converts, again, your Thopters into 4/4 constructs. But again, with cards such as like Universal Automaton, it's a Changeling. It is a Thopter according to the rules. It's every creature type. So therefore, this actually is really sneaky if opponents are not reading the cards. Oh man, we've been able to get the jump on several opponents today. That's great. I love it. All right, getting our wins. Okay, ooh, got a rare. Okay, Collective Inferno. I've never played with this card before. This would be good maybe for certain creature decks. We'll probably see if we can find a way to make this work in a future video. There's, again, so many cards that have come out this year that I would love to do more videos and live streams on. I just don't have all the time. I wish I did, though. There's so many cards that I feel like I've glazed over and glossed over, I should say, over the past couple months. But any case, moving on to our next game here, let's see. What is our opponent playing? All right, so we got the combo here. We got plenty of artifact lands to speed up the clock, the automatons, the foundry, and one piece of spot rule. Just one. All right, opponents. What do they have? They go first. Okay, they shocked themselves with Stomping Ground. Okay. Gilded Goose going honk honk. Okay, we got Michiko's Reign of Truth. Not too bad for now. We'll start with the automaton. Get those artifacts in early. Okay, so from here, Forest. Opponent's definitely ramping. What are they ramping into, though? Domri. Okay. Do they take up or down? They can't take down, and that actually sets us back a lot. What do they do? Okay, they just tick up. Whew, that was close. Okay, what are they adding? Ramping? Removal? Okay. Just ticking up. Okay, that's fine. Another Ancient Den for us. So with that, okay. So I think Retrofitter Foundry. Erode. Might as well get rid of that before it gets too much value. Okay, so with that, opponents. Yes, again, as I mentioned before, you want to try to hold off on using Erode until you absolutely need it. And unfortunately, we gave them some ramp. A small price to pay, however, because I don't want their Domri to get too much value. Okay, they're at technically 4 mana. 5 if they have a Gilded Goose, but they already ate their food. Ooh, Domri again. Oh. I haven't seen this one played in a long time. Okay. Wonder what our opponent's playing. They're just some kind of creature? thing? No? Okay. All right, well, we'll sacrifice our automaton. Now it's a construct. Okay. Get out Ginger Brute. Get out Michigo's Reign of Truth. All right. Okay, pump up that. I don't want to spend turns taking out Planeswalkers, but I also am a little scared they're going to stay on the field, so take them out while we can.
Can't finish the job.
Okay. He can't tick down, at least. Can only tick up. 4 cards in hand, opponent. What do you got? They are thinking. Okay, ticking up again, I'm guessing. All right.
A little pick-me-up before the real fun begins.
Okay. A Growth Chamber Guardian. Huh. I have no idea what our opponent's playing. I'm just guessing they're just playing Gruul mid-range? Value? I don't know. Or whatever they're doing. I mean, technically it is working. Okay, automaton. Let's see. I think... Okay, we will give this haste. So that means at least now Domri can go bye-bye. Otherwise... Take out Domri. Swing here. We just need to start pushing through damage now. And fast. Oh, wow. They block with both? That's surprising. Okay. We lose our construct. But Domri is down and 1 Growth Chamber Guardian. Okay, so... Go past there. We won't put down our last card yet. I want to see what they're doing. Okay, Gilded Goose again. Huh. Again, I still have no idea what's going on. Okay, they're doing their adaptive ability. Okay. So it's now a 4/4. They get their 3rd Growth Chamber Guardian. They swing. This time we will sacrifice our automaton. Get the jump on them again. Yes, we lose the creature, but we trade and make sure we can keep our life total high. Okay, nice. Cool. Okay, positive heroes. Michigo flips. Alright. We will... Oh. Okay. I mean, I have no idea what our opponent was playing there, but hey, we'll take the win. We will take the win. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Again, I really don't even know what to say. I'm feeling really good about this deck. It's working a lot better than I was thinking. I mean, in testing, we did get our wins pretty easily, but I didn't think we were actually going to get so many wins today. So far, since we started the game, we've had like, what, 6, 7 wins? Yeah, feels really good. I'm really satisfied so far with how the deck's rolling. So maybe we'll squeeze in a couple of ranked with the budget version first, but then we'll show you how we can really go all out with it in just a little bit. So don't worry, everyone. If you do like what the deck is doing, we will show you a much more stronger version if you're not afraid to invest a little bit more into it. Otherwise, okay, so we've got... All right. We don't have the green mana for Shuri just yet, but that's okay. We can at least start making constructs. So we do have that plan ready to go. All right, opponent. Start with the Ancient Den. Retrofitter Foundry. Okay, opponents. Show me what you got. Oh. Well, that wasn't fun. Okay. I had no idea why they had a 76 card deck, but okay. Okay. Yeah, non-game. Oh well. That happens. But that does count as a win for us, so I'll take it. Okay, so depending on how fast the next couple games are, let's give it like maybe 3 games tops. Once we get to the halfway point of the stream, we'll then upgrade the deck and show you in just a few moments how we can make it even stronger. But so far, even on a budget, I feel pretty good about this deck. It feels really nice. And I actually would recommend it already, even before we get to the very end of the stream. Okay, so for this... Okay. Opponents. They are mulliganing. Okay. Alright, so... I'm still thinking. While they're thinking... Question for everyone now. Hold on. Actually... Planes... Infantry... Ornithopter. Okay, so at least we got them turned on now. 2-1. Alright. Oh, I lost my train of thought. I was trying to think, like, wait, I had a question, and all of a sudden now my brain just went... Okay. It's okay. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. For now, though, Michiko's Rain of Truth. Get that early game damage in. Pump up Ornithopter. Alright, not too bad. 6 damage by turn 2 is pretty good. And we have another Michiko's Rain of Truth waiting in the wings. If we can get a third land, that'll be great. We can actually really do some heavy damage here. It all depends. What is our opponent playing? What are you playing, opponents? Black. Okay. Well, I mean, we're here to win, everybody, so we got to really start pushing damage here. There we go. All right. Down to 3, opponent. You have 1 turn to stop us. Okay. Sea Chrome Coast. There is technically 1 Wrath we really don't want to see. I hopefully don't have it in hand, but if they do... Okay. Invasion of Asgol. Okay. Ornithopter goes bye-bye. Okay. So it looks like we should be good here. Unless if you have something else to stop us, this is pretty much going to be it right here now. So... Swing here. Boom. No muss, no fuss. 3-turn victory for us, everybody. Did we have fun? We sure did. We're just getting wins like it's nobody's business. Man, is this deck making Historic look easy? Kind of does. Okay, cool. Get all of our dailies done. Yes, so we get all the gold. So again, if you've been collecting your gold, everybody, since preview season, you theoretically should have at most right now 25 to 50. I'm sorry, 25 to 30,000 gold. That should get you about 25 to 30 packs, depending on how much you save. Just depending. Okay. So far, so good. Again, I have no words. It's actually just been a pretty smooth sailing time with this deck so far, and I've actually been pretty much enjoying it. But your thoughts overall, everyone, from what you've seen so far, let me know. Do you like what you've been seeing so far? Let me know, and I would love to hear from you. Okay, we'll pass right there with an Ornithopter. All right, maybe I should have put down the Ancient Den first. That's okay. I realize actually Shuri can't attack next turn anyway. So we'll see. What you gonna do? Creature? Ooh. Mill. Okay. A little annoying, but we can get through that. It's not a big deal for us. We just got to get faster than they are. Okay, they just Scryan. And then we'll put down the Plaza. Shuri coming down. Can't swing yet, but that's okay. We have what we need next turn. Okay, Evolving Wilds. Thankfully, they don't have the crab, so they don't get really that much value off of it. So I'll take it. Okay, 6 cards opponent. What do they have? If they don't have bounce, then we're in a good spot. But usually, mill decks don't have bounce. It's mostly just card draw. Yep, just like that. No attacks, of course, for opponents. There we go. Okay, so get that down. Put down Gingerbrute here. Get our 3. Portable Hole. That gets us up to 4. That's out of the way. Magitech makes 5. All right. Not too bad. We draw another card. Down to 17. We go up to 22. Okay, there's our crab. Maybe we should have waited for the portable hole in the next turn. Okay. Well, we'll see if it actually comes back to bite us. If nothing else, Michiko's Rain of Truth next turn will give us a massive swing with Ornithopter here. But what is our opponent going to do? Do they tap out? They do. Okay, that's fine. And opponents. Oh, beautiful. Okay, Darksteel Citadel. That triggers her all the way to 6. Nice. So we have everything we need here. For this, Gingerbread actually will get the pump this time. We will turn him on to make him unblock so we can force through that damage no matter what. Alright, big swing here. Shuri draws us another card. Pumps up the whole team. What you got, opponents? That is technically lethal. I love this card. I didn't think actually this was going to be good. But at the very least, I was expecting it to be like, you know, decent, but I did not expect us to actually start destroying stuff like this so easily. All right, another victory there. All right, all right. I honestly cannot stop praising this. But you know what? I think I'm feeling good enough now where I think we already know. This is definitely a solid deck. So we'll go over it briefly, and we'll talk about now in just a second the upgraded version. So overall, our Wakandan artifacts here, budget version feels great. In fact, actually, I can even probably make this even more budget if y'all want to. Erodes actually are not too bad, but they do help out again with instant speed removal. But overall, you actually don't need them to actually get really good value out of the deck. If you want to, you could throw in even some of your other main stuff here. Haywire Mites, throw in Glass Casket here, Overprotects if you want to give yourself a little bit more leeway. But overall, I'm satisfied with this version as is. So, what if we take what we already know and upgrade the deck and take it to the next level? So for the remainder of the stream, this will be the upgraded version of the deck, everyone. We got a lot more oomph with this one. We have better removal, and we have some better protection for the deck overall. So that's what we're going to be playing with today with Wakandan upgraded now for the remainder of the stream. So for the upgrades for the deck here, we're going to remove the Gingerbread, which I know may seem a little bit shocking because it does provide for us some good damage, and it is a creature. But by removing those, we're going to put in a full set of erodes. So this gives you a little bit more consistency with spot removal if you need it. And as far as adding in a little bit more power to provide us damage, we'll throw in Shadow Spear here. So this gives our creature trample and lifelink, which is good for us. We can turn off our opponent's hexproof and indestructible stuff so we can make sure that erodes do their damage. But putting this onto any one of our creatures gives them the trample we need to make sure we can force through damage when we start going big. Finally, we'll throw in a single copy of Skrelv Defector Might. I know some people might actually want to point out right now, Infernoman, why not use something like, I don't know, Mother of Runes or whatever? Mother of Runes is not bad, but there are going to be some moments where you do want to target your own stuff. And if you, I don't know, you put on like, say, Protection from White. I know it's a very rare case. That might mean that you won't be able to target some of your own stuff with what you have, such as your equipment or Michiko Rain and Truth's ability. So if you want to, you can do that if you want to switch it out, but I think Skrelv works fine for our deck. Not to mention also, the ability can be paid with Phyrexian mana, so you can pay 2 life, and consider we have good life gain for the deck, that's not a big deal for us. So that's what we're looking at for this instead. Not to mention also it's an artifact, so we do want to keep that in here. But if you want to switch it out, it's your call. But we'll see again once we actually get to the gameplay how this turns out. Now as far as the upgrades to the rest of the deck, so we'll obviously keep our Ancient Dens, keep our Darksteel Citadels, keep their, we'll trim down to 2 planes. We're now going to take out some of the artifact lands to make room for Razor Verge Thicket, so this provides for us faster mana that we can use. Keep our Plaza of Heroes. We're now going to throw in Spire of Industry, so 3 copies of this. You pay 1 life to add 1 mana of any color. However, you can only use it for artifacts. But if nothing else, this provides for us the consistency our deck is going to need. And a single copy of the Mirex. So this is a land sphere. When it enters on 1 turn, you can use it to tap down for any color. However, after that, it can only be used for colorless, but you can start making Phyrexian Mites if you need to in a pinch, just to make sure you have a little bit more artifacts to go wide with your strategy. Now, as far as the sideboard is concerned, we're going to do a little bit of an overhaul here. Overhaul. Words are hard, by the way. So, for our plan to slow down enemy aggro decks, we have Authority of the Consuls here. Makes all of our opponent's creatures enter tapped. Every time a creature an opponent controls enters, we gain life off of them. Keep the Haywire Mites. We'll throw in Pithing Needle here. So this is an artifact where we can choose a card name. And by doing that, we can turn off their activated abilities until this card is gone, or unless of their mana abilities. So this can lock out, say, Planeswalkers and things like that, just to make sure we can keep things under control. Keep the Glass Caskets for spot removal. We'll throw in a single copy of Skrelv's Hive here. So if we have decks that we face off against that are going to be a little bit slower and grindier, Skrelv's Hive at least provides for us a Phyrexian Might, which is an artifact creature token, and it has Toxic 1. So I don't expect for us to win off of Toxic, but it is something that you can fall back on if you really need to. But if, again, we're just doing this just to get out more free artifacts for just the initial cost of 2 mana. And then finally, our only other upgrade will be Unlicensed Hearse. If you like Tormod's Crypt, that's not a problem, but if you want something else that can help you go bigger, you can use Unlicensed Hearse to exile up to 2 cards from any graveyard. And then, however, if you crew this for 2, its power and toughness will be equal to the number of cards exiled with it. So this will be, again, another vehicle that can really put some out damage. But otherwise, that is going to be the overall upgraded version of the deck. Is this version better than the Shuri one we just built on a budget? Well, only one way to find out. So let's take this now into actual ranked historic, and let's see how well the deck can do. All right, so let's get this started. Affinity for Anime. Hello, Infernoman. Hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon. How you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Thanks again for joining us. You just made it to the second half of the stream where we're actually now going to be focusing on the ranked version of Shuri here with our Wakandan artifacts. So let's see. Can this version... Oh, wait. Oh, we played the wrong version. You know what? I'm just going to keep it. We queued in with the wrong deck, everybody. That's okay, though. I guess now you can kind of get a quick demonstration to see if the budget version that we played can also rank you up. Okay. It's okay. We'll fix this later on. No big deal, everybody. Okay. It's Plains. What you got? Healer's Hawk. Okay. Looks like it's going to be Light Game Shenanigans again. No big deal. For now, though, play Shuri. Alright, so we got 2 artifacts out thanks to the lands. Okay, another Plains. Do they play... Let me guess. Oh, okay. It's Oslo, right? Alright, opponent swinging. Annoying. They make tokens, but that's okay. We have an answer for that. Play the Ancient Den. So now Shuri is triggered up to 3. Play Portable Hole. We cannot afford to let the Ocelot Pride stay. That's got to go. However, we can now start doing... Wait, how do we want to do this here? Actually, I got an idea here. Put out all the artifacts. So now we have 6 already off of Shuri. She gets Pump, and also she can start drawing cards. She does it all on her own. So we're up to 23. Opponent, do they have... Okay, Esper Sentinel. Annoying, but not the worst. Okay, they gain life off of us. So we got 2 Michiko's Reign of Truth. Thornlight Bridge for 1. Jeez. Do we want to do it now? No, I'll decline. Let them have a card. We need that Pump. Universal Automaton. Swing here. Get some Pump. Get more artifacts. Do we block opponent? Wow, they don't block? Okay. Well, they go to 6, and we're up to 33. Okay. So that means, let's see, what do they get? The 1 ring. The 1 ring. Well, sooner or later we're going to run into that. Okay, so our opponent is protected for a turn. But their creatures are not protected, so... Sacrifice here. Alright. Opponent, you should not have done that. Let's see, what do we want to block? Actually, we'll block the Sentinel. I don't want them getting more card draw, so I might as well take that out. The life gain is not the biggest thing for us. Okay, Shuri gets Pump. No value off of that, though. Alright. Ancient Den. And then... Pass. Okay. So the One Ring's ability has now been turned off. Looks like they're going to try to dig for another one, though. But now they're on a clock. Soul Warden. Okay. Make the servo now. Voice of the Blessed. Okay, it's going off. But they are tapped out, so that's actually not horrible for us. Just gotta get rid of that Healer's Hawk. Okay, great. We actually do have what we need here. Okay. Voice of the Blessed, still getting its Pump. Okay, Moonlight Bridge. Portable Hole. Blessed is gone. And our opponent has had enough. All right. Hey, there you go, everybody. So even our budget deck still can get some victories here. Oh, and we ranked up. Yippee! Okay. Okay, well, there you go. There's a there was a accidental Q up there, but hey, we got our win, so I'll take it. I'll take it. Let's go ahead. Let's actually try our proper upgraded deck now. Wakandan. Upgraded. I'll see now. Okay, so again, for the remainder of the stream, we'll be playing our upgraded version here with Shuri leading our artifact attack with the power of Wakanda behind her. Okay. So as we're now, of course, at the halfway point, everyone, if you are enjoying the content, if you're a fan of Budget Magic the Gathering, show some love if you haven't already done so. Please like, follow, and subscribe wherever you watch the content so you don't miss on any of the gameplay, booster pack openings, deck techs, live streams like right now, and so much more. Okay, so aside from my shilling there, okay. Ooh. So I forgot to mention also, we upgraded now to Esper Sentinel. So we have actually another way we can start drawing cards with the power of the Esper Sentinel. So this helps us out also with Shuri. So, Razorverse Thicket, Esper Sentinel out. Ornithopter. The only downside, of course, is, yes, we got rid of the artifact lands, but that's a small price to pay to have consistency with Esper Sentinel. And I forgot also with the Shadow Spear, we could definitely do some more good damage here. Let's go ahead, let's get out Michiko Rain and Troop now. Okay. Get some pump. 5 damage by turn 2. Not too bad. Okay, opponent. Cave of Kolios, Shieldred's Assimilator. We got more disgusting alchemy cards, but that's okay. Okay. Creature enters or attacks, exile to 1 target card from a graveyard. If it's card exiled this way, you can conjure. Okay. So, do we want that out of the way now? I guess we should probably get it going. That goes bye-bye. 50 for anime. Nice win. Wow, I wonder how the opponent was planning to come back from the game with 30 life. I have no idea either. And considering they were the life gain deck, how did we end up getting more life than the life gain deck? That always baffles me. But I will definitely say, I do have a lot to talk about with Shuri afterwards. So far, I've been very satisfied with this deck. I mean, even if you take her out, the deck still does pretty good, but she definitely gives the deck the much-needed power boost that you want from this kind of a deck. Okay, Michiko's Rain of Truth flips. So Portrait of Michiko. Alright. Shadow Spear. And we'll hold off on the Barb Spike. I don't want to run out our hand and opponent thinks that we don't have anything else. Esper Sentinel gets targeted. So our opponent has removal now. Okay. Okay. Annoying, but at least we draw a card off of it. Okay, I'll take it. So they had Porcupine Portent. Huh. That's another alchemy card, but okay. Alright, whatever. Swing with our small stuff. But we definitely need Shuri right now to really pump up our plan. We're at 22 and they're at 7. The only thing that might hurt us is a Wrath. Not that I want to jinx that. But we'll see. We shall see. Opponent's still got tons of cards in hand, though. And as always, I have a habit of vomiting out my hand of cards every time I play. Doesn't matter if I play like an artifact deck, mid-range, combo, whatever. I do know I have a habit of just like dumping my hand. Raya. Okay. Do you pay? They do. Okay. What was dealt to you is dealt to this creature instead. Interesting. So for this, we're going to equip here. Interesting. I didn't know Pariah was in Thunder Junction. Okay. So when we swing, we hurt our own creature. Okay. So that's how Pariah Roar. Sorry, it's been a while since I've seen it, so I was like, wait a second. So that means we have to fight our own creature then. Annoying, but not the worst. Okay, opponents. We just need any one of our things. We need either Shuri. We need just something to at least help finish off our opponent here. Oh, we're close. Opponent definitely has an interesting deck, though. Not what I was expecting. Oh, I did forget to mention. So, question for everybody right now, whether you're watching live or on the replay. So, for those of you that are interested in The Hobbit, is anybody going out to pre-release today or Saturday night for The Hobbit? Let me know, everybody, if you're actually planning on that. Or if you're buying a box, bundle, Just random loose packs? Okay, they got Pariah again. Okay, well, opponent is... Definitely an interesting one. Okay. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever had anybody play Pariah against me. Surgical Extraction. Again, a little annoying, but it's not the worst. We actually don't care about losing our erodes. Our deck is mostly focused on the creatures that we want to really play to get our game plan off. So... I don't think our opponent's going to blow up the same thing they just gave Pariah to, so we'll just hang out for now. Okay, Universal Automaton. So for now, let's get Loris into the mix. No attacks. Just keep the Pariah on for now. I'm hoping that we can get to our Retrofitter Foundry. Then that means we can sacrifice the Automaton and get rid of Pariah. And just hopefully close out this game before it's too late. Okay, Razorfish Thicket. Still not anything yet. Okay, we're going to wait it out. I think our opponent's just trying to force us to stall. Yes, Loris will get the Esper Sentinel back. So the game plan right now is if I can get Loris out, Esper Sentinel, and hopefully we can draw into what we need. Hopefully. Okay. Okay. Okay, Portable Hole. Okay, that works too. Wait, no. Pariah is 3 mana. Okay, we'll do it this way. Loris. So that means we get Esper Sentinel back. Welcome back, Esper Sentinel. Do they have removal? They have to have something. Okay, Porcyon Portent. Okay. Gain 1 life for each boar you control. Okay. No attack still. So let's see. When this enchantment enter, conjure a card of your place from the 3 little pigs. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and our deck right now is now being clunky. Okay. Barb Spike. So I think we'll do it this way. We will move Shadow Spear to the Sentinel. So if nothing else, it forces our opponent, if they got to start doing non-creature shenanigans, they got to pay more. Oh, there it is. Vanishing Verse. I'm guessing they pay the 1. Yes, they do. Oh, Esper Sentinel's gone forever. No attacks. I think I'm going to have to start getting more aggressive here, because if our opponent's just going to try to force us to stall out like this, I know what they're trying to do. Funny for anime. To answer your question, I haven't been buying physical cards for a while since my local game store closed nearly 2 years ago. That stings. Sorry to hear that. So I wasn't planning on buying any hobby cards at the moment. Just Arena. Did you buy the bundle on Arena? Are you looking to buy like the packs on there? Or are you just saving up your gold to just crack whatever you can get? Okay, here comes the Portent. Here come 3 little piggies. They get a free 3 little piggy. It is 2 mana, so we can use a portable hole if we need to. Okay. So we're going to get around this, everybody. Don't worry. We will find a way around this. This is the first game we've actually played where we've actually really had an opponent that slowed us down. Oh, there we go. Finally. Shuri. Okay, so from here, get her in. Oh, wait, maybe we shouldn't have got her in. I don't know. Actually, first little pig. Okay. So we can't target our own thing with this. Piggy goes bye-bye. And pass here. So I realize the erodes actually would have been helpful against the pariahs, but they just surgical extracted all of them out of the game. No. All right, well, there goes all that. Okay. Okay. So I think probably what I should have done was I should have gotten more aggressive early on. Now our opponent is actually starting to use surgical extraction to take away all of our stuff. So for now, Universal Automaton. Put the Barb Spike on top of it. Surely you must be out of removal now, opponent. Okay, we got 2 cards left. They know we have 2 Michigo's Reign of Truths. God, what an annoying deck. Just removal aplenty. Okay. Porton doesn't do anything else. So they're going to make Piggy Plaza of Heroes. Okay. Michio's Reign of Truth. I know it's going to go bye-bye, because our opponent is definitely going to use that ability. But we need to at least be aggressive. Okay, interesting way of doing it. Oh, that means they're going to do that. All right. So they get 2 piggies out of the deal, and we lose our creature. Toots. Okay. Go to 15. We really could use a Retrofitter Foundry right now. Oh, geez, we're not getting anything we need. Okay. So, now you can see where the deck can get clunky. If our opponent actually... I mean, we faced off... This is the first opponent we've actually faced that actually has a good counter to our deck. Even though I actually hate alchemy cards. And this is also the reason why I hate alchemy cards. Because their shenanigans, again, continue to be unbalanced. But it's okay, everyone. It's okay. Not going to be mad. So they get 3 value. They put more cards in their deck. Oof. Go to 7. This is our last chance. Barb Spike does not do enough. Okay. We can play the Barb Spike. But our opponent still has 3 cards in hand. So even with this pump. I can put it also on the Spike here. Okay. 1 turn left. We're not dead, but we're close. Anything else, opponents? Alright. And that's game. Ow. Their opponent played in a really annoying alchemy deck. And again, like, I just hate alchemy. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sure there's someone out there that might like these cards, but I do not. And again, once losing from that, it just makes me feel like, just gives me more fuel to explain why I don't like it. I'll try not to ramble about it, but... Ugh. Disgusting. For anime, I'll just use my gold to crack packs of Hobbit on Arena. Beyond that, I'm not sure at the moment. I'll see how I feel about the Hobbit set once I start playing it. Honestly, I've only seen maybe like half of the cards. I haven't had a chance to actually evaluate everything, but there are a couple of cards I'm already looking forward to building around. Probably for the first one, we'll just do something really like silly and meany, and then after that, we'll actually start digging real deep into like the stuff we can really, really play with. So I'm hoping that we'll get some fun decks we can build around. But until then... Okay, so we've got... Okay, we got the pump. We got ways of getting card draw with Shuri when she's out. Foundry coming out on turn 1. There we go. Okay, opponents. Storm Chaser's talent. Oh, that can't stick. Cool. So, Ancient Den. Portable Hole. Talent goes bye-bye. Take that, opponents. So, no value there for them after a point. Okay, Michigo's Reign of Truth again. So, for now, let's get Shuri out. Does our opponent have the removal? Okay. Opponents? They shock themselves. I mean, they are determined to get something. Academic dispute. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be dealing with prowess shenanigans and the lesson learned package. Ooh, they got Price of Freedom too. Okay. Ugh. That's not good. We will get out of land though, so at least we get 1 land out of it. A little bit of ramping. Not much though. I'm guessing they swing. Okay. Oh dear, we have to block too. I forgot about that. Okay, we go to 21. Okay, we draw a card. Wait, opponent? What do you got? Oh, surgical extraction. Alright. Dumb, but okay. Alright, so they take away our surgical They surgical extract our portables. Wow, everyone's playing surgical extraction now. When did that become a thing? I know that we've had the card already in the format now for, what, 2 years now? I feel like I've missed out there. Okay, Shuri. Play Esper Sentinel. Okay. So, if our opponent starts doing some stuff, they will have to pay unless they wanted to give us a card. Ribalt's... Wait, what does that say? I cannot read that. First off, does our opponent pay the 1? Ugh. Okay. Oh, they give us a card. Okay, wow, they really didn't want that. So what does that say? Ribalt's Shanty. Okay. Ugh, more alchemy cards. They obviously have something else to pump. So I'm not gonna block. Oracle the Alpha. Ah! Are we no? So is our way of losing now is going to be because we're playing against alchemy cards? Because actually we've managed to avoid them for the most part for this this stream. But it doesn't look like it now. Got our pump. Case the Gateway Express. Not for much value, but I'll take it. At least gets rid of 1 token. Swing here. Draw a card. Okay, we really, really need our actual artifact creatures. Like, now. They go to 6, though. They go to 5. Opponent's being very aggressive. Ribald Shanty, again. What's those do again? Starting Intensity 2. Okay, Ponder. All chorus cards you own intensify. Just more shenanigans. Okay, Tome of Gadwick, another alchemy card. So the only way we're actually going to lose this game is because of alchemy cards. Because I swear I'm going to be very annoyed if it's become the trend for the rest of the stream. Just losing to alchemy. Pause of Heroes. Dang it. We can't target our own thing. Okay, there. Shuri coming in again. Come on, deck. Counterspell. Actually, wait, hold on. Do we have anything in the yard? I guess we'll bring in Loris. Okay. Affinity for anime. Personally, I don't mind alchemy stuff in Brawl, but I could see how it would be more consistently annoying with combos. You can put 4 copies of a card in a deck. Yeah, again, I will continue to never stop hating on alchemy. I know some people don't mind these cards because you can obviously see people play the cards, but you can see the value you get is just really stupid after a certain point. I know they've said in the past, like, oh, we could balance alchemy cards. When was the last time they balanced alchemy? Especially for, like, historic or timeless. Don't worry, I'll wait. Nobody out there is going to answer me because they don't have an answer. 12. Okay, Ornithopter. So that flips. Citadel. Loris. Okay, we bring back Shuri. Does our opponent have a... They mill us, okay. Opponents. We got the removal. But that's okay, we got Shuri. That was the biggest thing we wanted. Ornithopter, okay. Pass the turn. Okay, we're fighting one of the most annoying decks I have to ever fight. And the Storm Chaser's talent is going to get them value, so was it Shanty comes back? Oh, jeez. Sorry, guys. For the first half of the stream, we were doing just fine, and then we ran into alchemy cards. Every single time. Price of Freedom, okay. Okay, we'll get our value now. Thopter. Gets sacked. Okay, well, I guess we get the land out of it. It's our only basic left, so we'll take it. They draw a card, though. Almighty Fox, hello. How are you doing? I'm doing great. How are you doing today, my fire friend? Thanks again for joining us today. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Right now, I'm trying to not get completely tilted from fighting an alchemy deck. Not my jam. Definitely not my jam. But we're going to try. Okay, come on, deck. Okay. Might as well get that life gain while we can. Okay. Alpha down. Otter down. We go up to 21, so at least we rebuild. And we do flip, so in case the Gateway Express hilariously actually does work. That's it. Oh, see? Just... Ah! Oh. Sorry. Not trying to get mad. We got a follow from Almighty Fox, so appreciate that, my fire friend. Thank you so much for that. At least you're going to keep my spirits feeling good for now, despite the fact that my opponent's playing this nonsense. So they draw 3 cards. Well, they can't... Wait. Opponent? What? What'd they just do? Wait, why'd you do that, opponents? I thought you were going to... Okay. That was awkward. I'll be fair. I'm not gonna answer that. I'll skip it. But wait, did our opponent forget that the Prismatic Vista was gonna? I have no idea what just happened. They drew 3 cards. Did they not have anything in hand? Oh well. Sometimes I can't predict this game. Sometimes you get some really goofy things that happen in Magic. But okay, I mean, I guess we get that win. I feel like I probably shouldn't have won that one, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. You're doing fine? Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Hopefully, I've also been having a good week. So, are you interested in checking out the... Because we asked earlier others that were here. Are you interested in the upcoming Hobbit set that's coming out next week for Magic the Gathering Arena? Are you doing pre-release? Are you buying packs, singles, or building a new deck around something? Let me know what you're interested in with the Hobbit. Okay, for now, though, this is the removal hand. If they have creatures, this is a great hand. If they don't have creatures, this hand does nothing. I'm going to keep it. Something tells me I probably should keep it. So we have plenty of lands. Let's see what our opponent's trying to do here. Okay, they mulliganed. So for now, Ancient Den and pass. Okay, deck. Show me some... Okay, great. Retrofitter Foundry's fine. We can take that. At least we could use this to start making tokens. Pass here. Right? Let's see what our opponent's trying to do here. They got 8 cards, so they got to play something. Shadowborn. Did they not get lands? I'm a little confused, but okay. Opponents? Do they have something in hand? A free spell? Surgical. Wait, what? Wait, am I missing something here? Wait, hold on a second. They exile all of their Shadowborn Apostles. Am I missing a combo here? Sorry, I feel like I'm feeling like a potato right now. Am I missing a combo that they're trying to do here that's broken? Because I'm assuming... I thought it was the Shadowborn Apostle deck where they just dump out a bunch of these, get a demon, and then try to, like, blow us away. But they're surgical extracting their own Shadowborn Apostle. Is there a combo I'm forgetting? I'm sorry, everyone. If you can enlighten me on this, because my smooth brain right now cannot figure this out. Affinity for anime? Yeah, I think it's dumb that Arena doesn't give you a warning of, are you sure, when you crack a fetch while you're at only 1 life. I know. Well, actually, they do something weird. So, if, say, like, you're down to 2 or 1 life, and you have a... I think it's you have a Shockland. By default, and this is where weird, it comes in tapped every time if you have 2 or less life when you have a Shockland. But for some reason, when you crack fetches, it doesn't give you a warning or anything. It just makes you do it, and you're just like, okay, well, if you want to lose, you want to lose. So... I just don't know. I also have no idea what our opponent's trying to do here. Did they not get lands? Why would they keep their hand if they don't have lands? I'm so confused right now. I have no idea what our opponent's trying to do. Okay, well, in any case, let's just get our damage in while we can. Even if I have no idea what our opponent's trying to do here, we might as well just roll with it. Okay, so opponents still have no idea. Are they playing some kind of like super genius combo that I don't know of? Or am I just overthinking things because I'm being paranoid? Okay, so for now, I guess we'll just get in our damage. Throwing away more Shadowborn Apostles. Again, I don't know what's going on. Is there some kind of weird conspiracy against me right here? Are they doing something weird and strange? Opponents? What is going on? Okay, opponents, clock is ticking. Surgical extraction again? Okay. Now they got rid of their other ones. What? I have no idea how this works. Do I have too low of an IQ to figure this out? They have 3. Okay, that's their 3rd surgical extraction. How do they have a hand with that many surgical extractions? Every time I play the card, I can never get one. So I kind of stopped playing it. Okay. They have no lands in hand. Down to 13. We have an Erode. Can't use it yet. Almighty Fox, you are hyped about it? Well, that's good to hear. I'm happy to hear that. Is there a favorite card that you're looking forward to playing with? Or is there a deck you... Okay. I have no idea what just happened there. Okay. Did you have fun with the match? Not really, because I don't know what was going on. But I'm just going to skip that. So yeah. Again, is there somebody that can enlighten me? I mean, even if you're not watching this live, everyone, anybody on the replay in the comments below, let me know. What the heck was our opponent trying to do? Were they just messing with us? They had Shadowborn Apostles, they exiled a bunch of them, and they had 4 surgical extractions they managed to get within the first 4 turns. I don't know. You know what? Hey, I'll take my wins, but I just wish I knew what was going on. I feel like I'm going to have to research that later. Any case, let's go ahead, let's just keep this going. We still got about 30 more minutes left in the stream, everyone. After that, that'll be the it for today. So again, short but sweet. Again, if you are still enjoying the content and you want to take things to the next level, if you haven't already done so, wait, hold on one second. If you want to be a true fiery friend of the channel, we do, of course, have a Patreon and a members-only playlist that you can enjoy on YouTube. So they'll be having some more exclusive videos. We'll try to put out a couple more things when we can, everyone. So again, we'll have like exclusive live streams that go beyond even Magic the Gathering. We'll have some, again, cool exclusive decks of upgraded stuff we've done in the past that are non-budget, that are really, really cool. And I'll show you, again, with exclusive gameplay, ranked and unranked stuff to show you how those awesome decks can work. But again, those will be, again, for those that are willing to support me a little bit more with the Patreon and whatnot. However, if nothing else, for free, you can also just join our Discord and help be part of our group of growing fiery friends. Any and all support that you can provide me helps keep the channel going, everyone. But even just watching today shows me some love, and I really do appreciate that. So thank you to everyone who has been with me today, and let's see if we can continue ending this stream strong in the last 30 minutes or so. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Almighty Fox. Nothing specific yet. Okay. Well, I mean, if there's something that tickles your fancy, I'm sure there's got to be something out there for you. The Universal Automaton and Ornithopter. So Shuri already, by the time she comes out, we'll easily be able to then start drawing cards. But we do need at least one other thing. Okay, we got an Erode. For now, Portable Hole. Guide of Souls goes bye-bye. Can't have that out. Automaton. 1 Automaton swings. And an Ornithopter for no damage. Okay, down to 19 opponents. Gotcha. We need a green source. Otherwise... Oh. Soul Warden. Oh dear. More life gain. Okay, great. We got the Rage Verge Thicket. So from that... Sure, he comes out. Opponent does get the life, though. Boo. Swing for 2. They're obviously not going to block, so we push them back down to 20. Okay, if they have anything big, we're going to have to blow it away with the Erode. Oh, 2 Cleric classes. Okay. That's actually good for us. Okay, so for here, this is now where the fun can begin. Big swing here. And they get the pump. And we get a card draw. Take that, opponents. Now who's the life gain deck? Portable Hole. We soften up the blow. Get rid of 1 Soul Warden. And then from here... Yes, they'll gain life back, but it's just 1. But it won't matter because they just gave up. All right, yeah. We've been doing pretty good against life gain decks today. Not even that we're life gaining per se, but anything that stops life gain decks, That's been good so far. All right, so yeah, been pretty good. The only deck archetype we actually haven't faced off against, well, actually, there's been two that I think this deck also might have a little bit of trouble with will be combo decks and control decks. I haven't seen those yet today in stream. It's been a lot of creature-heavy mid-range decks today, and a couple aggro decks, but so far, we've been doing really good against everything. So, been feeling pretty good. Okay, we get to go first. That's cool. Affinity for Anime. Were they using Surgical Extraction plus a deck of Shadowborn Apostles to intentionally deck themselves out to mono black? I didn't know what that accomplishes. Yeah, I was asking around like, wait, am I too dumb to figure out what are they doing? Because they used 4 Surgical Extractions, got nothing. They didn't have any lands. It was just, I don't know. I don't know what was going on. I felt like, wait, am I not smart enough to figure out this plan? Or maybe I'm just being, again, paranoid. Portable Hole. Okay. So maybe this is our first control deck we're facing. Okay. So we lose out on our Esper Sentinel. Oh, Tormod script. Are they an artifact deck? Huh. Okay, well, I guess we'll find out soon. For now, Spire of Industry. And Esper Sentinel. That turns on the Spire. Play Universal Automaton. Alright. So, we have 2 Shuris. I'm hoping that at least one sticks. Or not. Portable Hole. Okay, they do pay. Okay, ironically, if we can get Portable Hole, we can actually stop theirs. But for now... Let us play Shuri. Pay the 2. No big deal. We just want her down. Opponents? Do you have an answer? Nothing yet. We'll swing. Down to 17, opponents. Okay. So yeah, it looks like they are Azorius artifacts. They shocked themselves. Okay. Ornithopter. Okay. We haven't had a chance to fight against enemy artifact decks, but I'm sure no one's really expecting Shuri here to actually do her thing. Ooh, Kappa Cannoneer. I like the card. Not so much when we have to fight against it. Ooh, Retrofitter Foundry. Okay. Huh. Interesting build, opponent. I respect it. But let's see if ours has the better advantage. We just need to get out a couple more things. Ancient Den. Okay, there we go. We will throw out Michigo's Ray of Truth. Yeah. Get a little bit more oomph for the deck. There, it's a 6/7. Okay. Wait. We're not going to fall for that trap, too. Because if they set... actually, no, they... Wait, hold on. Whenever this creature or another artifact you control enters... Okay, so they become a 7/7. No attacks yet. Because what's going to happen is they sacrifice the Ornithopter. They make a new artifact. That becomes a 7/7. Yeah, we were not going to fall for that, opponent. No, no, no. We almost ended up falling for it. Oh, but that also puts us in a bad spot, too. Because we do need to actually swing to stabilize. Our opponent's out of cards. Oof. Massive oof. Okay, ooh, there we go. We got Shadow Spear. That's good. That's actually good for us. Shadow Spear. Nice. And this also helps us get a little bit more power out of our deck. Okay, come on. Yes. 7/8. So they can't really... Okay, we'll draw a card off of that. Okay, cool. Oh, Automaton. That's great. Opponents. They're going to try to see if they can go wide here. The Kappa Cannoneer is still tapped, so no matter what they do, they'll just keep pumping up the Cannoneer. I do like their idea of using Retrofitter Foundry for pumping it up. But in my opinion, Kappa Cannoneer is actually much better for the Timeless format. Opponent, do you block? Ooh, they don't. Okay. I'll take it. Push them down to 6. We go back up to 18. We're going to need, however, all of them, all we can. All right, so if we can sponge the next hit, we should have a shot of getting a victory here. Tormod script. Thankfully, their deck does not have any card draw. Affinity for Anime. I just Googled it, and apparently there's a strategy where you thin your deck and you Shelldock Isle with Hideaway to cheat in something like Emrakul. Oh, okay. So I was too dumb to figure out that combo. I mean, I haven't ever seen it, so I guess my brain could not figure out, like, wait a second. There has to be something they're doing. Interesting. Okay. Very interesting. Opponent swinging. This won't be lethal. But that leaves them wide open. Okay, deck. If we needed a bit of oomph right now for the next turn, we need it right here and now. Anything. Because once Kappa Cannoneer untaps, we will not live. Okay. Ancient Den. Pump ourselves up some more. Okay, so from here, swing now. Draw a card. Another Ancient Den. Okay. Opponent. Blocking. They could block the Automaton. But if they block... But if Shuri gets through, that's also damage through. Oh, okay. Opponent. Trying here. They're making their tokens. There is no next turn, because they'll make their tokens next turn, and Kappa Cannoneer is unblockable anyway. So no matter what, we have to push through damage here now. Not ideal. Down to 3. Go up to 11. Play extra Shuri. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to win this one, because Kappa Cannoneer cannot be blocked anyway. So even if I say put Michiko's Reign of Truth, Portrait of Michiko, I should say, with the Shadow Spear, she can't even stop the Cannoneer. All he has to do is literally just make a token. Any token, he wins. Yep, and there it is. Oh, man. All right, well, we tried, everybody. We tried. They swing. Can't block. 3 damage to us, and we are dead. Man. It's okay. We have been making progress still, so it's not bad. We haven't actually taken that many losses today, so I'll take that one. Overall, though, still pretty good. Let's keep at least the ranks going. I didn't know that Shelldock Isle was actually in Arena, though, Affinity for Anime. I guess I have to check that out. I mean, there's been so many cards they've been dumping into Arena now. We are pretty good at getting the variety we are. So I'm happy we're seeing that, but man, there's just so many things I've been missing out on. Seriously. Okay, so we get to go first. This hand... I don't want to do it, but I'm going to mulligan. I don't think we're going to be able to cast anything with this, so mulligan. Alright. Okay, this is fine. We can make this work. Put back... Case of the Gateway Express. Okay. Ancient Den. Retrofitter Foundry. Into Ornithopter. Okay, so not too bad. Good early game stuff here. Opponents, show me what you got. Okay, they play Den of the Bugbear. They play in red. That's cute. We will sacrifice our Ornithopter now. Make our constructs. Did not get a land. That's annoying. Wait, we have 20 lands in the deck. How are we not getting another land? Hopefully that's not going to cost us a game. Another Den of the Bugbear. Jock. Hi, hello, my fire friend. How you doing today? Hopefully having a wonderful day, Rare Rats. Thanks again for joining us. Good to see you again. See, I remember you were here before. Okay, so we will swing here. Down to 12. We will put out there a barbed spike. Yes, our opponent will hit us for 2. That's okay. We make our token. That's what we wanted. And then we'll throw down the Michiko's Reign of Truth, and we should be able to get our victory. Of course I do. You were asking me a couple days ago when we were on the last stream together, a couple of questions about some YouTubers that I don't really know, but I still appreciate you being here, my friend. I remember you also left a comment on our last short when you were asking like when I was going to stream again. So yeah. But here we are. Appreciate you being here. Oh, and our opponent has had enough already? Oh, that's fine, opponent. You know what? I will take that win. Yeah. Looking good. Affinity for Anime. I looked it up, and apparently Shelldock Isle is legal in Historic. Huh. I really got to start digging into more of the library of cards that are in Arena. There's so many cards that... I mean, I'm happy that we're getting a lot of cards in Arena. That's good. You can definitely make now a ton of goofy gimmicky, all kinds of decks, a giant spectrum than ever before. I remember when I first started playing Arena, when it was like open beta in like, oh god, 2018. Wow, that was 8 years ago now. Jeez, we're all getting old. But yeah, I remember playing when it was it when Guilds of Ravnica was brand new. So 8 years ago when Arena was like, hey, open beta, you can all start playing this and testing out for free. I was super excited to actually start playing Magic again in a digital way that was not the online one. Again, no offense to anybody that plays Magic online. It's nice, but it's really dated. But I understand that, of course, that's been established for like ever. So if you're a person that wants to play Commander or Modern, Legacy, or the old formats, I mean, that's where you don't have a choice. That's where you go. But I love that Arena at least feels like a much more updated version of things, which I'm happy with. But I understand that this is definitely not everyone's jam because it may not have your format. Otherwise, let's see, Ancient Den, play Ornithopter, and we'll play Esper Sentinel. So if our opponent tries to do anything non-creatures, we start drawing cards. Jock, the movie wasn't as good as I thought. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You sounded like you were excited for the movie before, but now it's not that good. That's a shame. Okay, we'll play Shuri for now. Okay, for now, I'm going to swing. We're going to get cheeky. Does our opponent block? Of course they're not, so that means free value for us. Sunbaked Canyon. They shock themselves with a Sacred Foundry. Okay. Opponents. Removal. I'm sure they have removal. Light Pod. Oh, no. Just Light Pause, huh? Okay. Well, that's good for us. Okay, so for this, Universal Automaton, Case of the Gateway Express, which is perfect right now for our deck. Take out Light Pause. No value there. Too bad, opponents. We swing. Actually, wait, we don't have enough artifacts, so we'll just do one swing. This is good to draw a card, though. Down to 12 opponents. We go up to 22. Okay. Prismatic Vista. They sacrifice it. They now go to 11. They get a land, though. What else you get an opponent? Light Pause. Okay. Anything else? War Squeak. Okay, cool. Okay, that means they get one more. They get a free aura off of that. You can see our opponent is aura farming. Eh? There we go. Thank you, everybody. I sometimes have jokes. Okay, opponent swinging with Griff Spoon and War Squeak added. We go to 18. But that's okay. We don't care. Because for this, Retrofitter Foundry. No, we'll not pay. They can have a free card. That's fine. And then Michigo's Reign of Truth again, number 2. We will take that. Let's see. You know what? We'll put it on Ornithopter. That's game. That's game. Yes! Opponent has had enough, and we get another victory off the top there. All right. That was a clean one. Yeah. We're still going. We're still looking good. Wow, we actually finished all of our dailies today. We've had so many wins today. Even some of the free ones, I'll still take them. We are getting win after win, so I'm feeling very good about this deck. I know it's not as heavy as the other Marvel superhero decks, because we're literally just highlighting maybe like a couple of cards, but Shuri, she definitely can carry a deck. You saw it today, everybody. She is pretty gosh darn good. So if you want to make something fun with her, I actually wouldn't even... Like, we didn't do it today, but I actually wouldn't even go so far as make a brawl deck with her. She is great. A lot more explosive than I thought she was going to be. Okay. We'll start off here. We'll play... Let's see. Play the Plains, and we'll pass. Funny for anime, I wish more of the paper commander cards were in Arena. My Desert Brawl deck is missing a lot of the key cards with Yuma and Omo. Oh, trust me. I wish... Excuse me. Ugh. That went down the wrong hole. I will say, I wish they started earlier with the commander cards. Honestly, I would love to have... Honestly, I want Hazazon in Arena. Hazazon with desert support. That actually, I think, would be amazing. I would love to have that as, like, my choice of what I would want to use. Okay, opponent is going to try to cheat stuff out. Yep. There we go. They got it. And then... We have no choice. We got to do this now. So that's why we have a road for these kinds of situations. Okay, we take out the Ureni before it can really do anything else. But that still means the trigger still goes off. So they got the Broodlord. Okay. They dig out another card to start doing their stupid shenanigans, so yay. Shuri coming in. Pause of Heroes. Spire of Industry. I don't think we're going to survive this one either because Reanimator is also it's a tough matchup. If we don't have the removal early on, cards like Ureni just get free value because it chains off and they could still get other cards that they can use. Like Necromancy, see? Alright. It's a 3-drop also, so I can't even use it. Alright, fine opponents. Ah! Ugh. There was no way we're going to survive that, so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to call it now. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay, everyone. No big deal. All right. So looking at the clock right now. Maybe like 2 more games tops, and that's going to be it for today, everybody. I still appreciate you all being here. Once we're done, as always, we will, of course, cover the deck overall, the good, the bad, and the ugly about it overall, how I feel about it. And then once we're done there, we'll give a quick little sneak peek as to what's to come for the next couple of streams and stuff. But still, everyone, appreciate y'all being here. We've been having a lot of fun today. This actually has been a really, really good one for us today. We actually got a lot of good wins. So I'm pretty satisfied overall. Just want to see if we can finish out strong. Let us get out Esper Sentinel. Okay. Oh, maybe I should have gotten Retrofitter Foundry first. Oh well. Essence Channeler. They gain the life. Essence Channeler starts pumping. They could swing if they want to. Yep. No blocks. Okay. Darksteel Citadel. For now, we will play... I won't do this. I think we'll play Shuri first. See if we can get some value from her once we start getting out more artifacts. So that is the name of the game. Okay. They gain life. They start pumping up Essence Channeler. If we can get to our spot removal, this won't be too bad. Although we're looking a little scary here. Ooh. Be big. Be big. No blocks yet. Go to 13. Yeep. Another Shuri we don't need right now. But okay, we'll just make it work. We get our value here. Up to 5. We still can't swing yet. We will try to start chump blocking while we can. I think that's our only way of getting out of this. At least until we can get to a removal. But thankfully our opponents almost dumped their hand. Come on, deck. Hang in there. You're Jock saying, I'm going to make a mod in Melon Sandbox. Melon Sandbox? I'm not familiar with that. Okay, for now, block here. And that's all we will do. Opponents. They're looking over our plan. No tricks, opponent. No tricks. I mean, not technically. But first, we will sacrifice that one little Thopter. So sponge at least 6. We'll take 4. That's not horrible. Now we get a construct out of it. Down to 9. Okay, Esper Sentinel number 2. This now gives us the 6 that we need. We will... How do we do this here? Retrofitter Foundry. Okay. I think we'll just go from here. Big swing here. Okay, we get now our pump. All right. Ooh, Case the Gateway Express. That's not too bad. Maybe that might actually change how we do this here. Okay. So... Esper Sentinel first. While we still have the pump. Case the Gateway Express. Alright. This actually does change things a little bit. Johnny's Pride May goes bye-bye. Did we get him? Come on, deck. Did we get him? Oh, wait. Does our opponent have an answer? Oh, they do. But at least we draw cards off of that. So I'll take that still. Dang. Okay, we still solve the case. So we're a little vulnerable right now. Maybe a little bit more than I want it to be. Sheltered by ghosts. Okay. Do they pay that? They do not. Okay. All right. Okay. So, yeah, they got us. Dang. I thought I had the drop on them here, but nope. They got us with that Sheltered by Ghosts. God, such a good card there, but dang, it took us out there. Not what I was expecting. Oh, sadness. No, we didn't have fun with that one. That's okay, though. So, here's what we're going to do, everyone. So, this will be the final game here for today, everyone. Win or lose. No matter what happens, this will be it for today, everyone. I thank everyone again one more time for all of you here. Appreciate y'all, by the way. Bye? Oh, you're leaving already, Jock? Okay, well, take care, my friend. Thanks again for popping in. And always be sure to burn bright. Later. All right, everyone, here we go. Let's make some noise on this final one. Yeah! Let's get hyped up now for this one. Okay, so final game here, everyone. Let's see if we can actually get a nice, quick victory here. Okay, so we've got a good hand here. We got, of course, our Ornithopter for free. Retrofitter on turn 1. That's excellent. Now, they got Authority of the Consuls. That's not horrible, but not what I want to see right now. Thicket down first. Foundry. Ornithopter. Okay. But we can still fight through even an Authority of the Consuls. We've done that before. We've definitely done that before. Okay. Field of Ruin. Candy Trail. Huh. Candy Trail and Authority of the Consuls. What are you playing, opponents? A Field of Ruin already. Alright. Trying to figure out what they're doing. For now, let's just do some damage here. Down to 18. I realized also, again, I missed some damage off the table there. I should have turned it into a Retrofitter Foundry, the Foundry. That's okay. Candy Trail again. What's our opponent trying to do here? Are they missing a land drop? Oh, looks like they might be. It actually helps us out quite a bit. So for now, let's actually not miss any more of our potential damage output. Okay. Foundry number 2. There we go. 7/7 now. That's even better. We'll put down another Retrofitter Foundry. All right. Put down Barbed Spike. That creates for us a token. Yes, they do gain life off of that too. Pushing to 13, though. Ooh, we're close. Opponent. What you got? Nothing? Nothing? Okay, sacrifice that. Make another token. Okay, they gain life still. But we have still 8 damage we're throwing at them. Oh, this might be it right here. Okay. Ichigo's Rain of Truth does give them automatically life. A second Rain of Truth. Do you have an answer, opponents? Or is this game? Is this game? Oop, opponents. Faithful Absence. You know what? We'll have to let that go. I don't want to, but it does give us the token. Down to 11. So they still managed to keep themselves alive just a little bit longer. Universal Automaton. Gain life again. 12. Okay, we're trying. Out of Authority of the Consuls is annoying. They're still gaining life. Ugh. We're trying, everyone. If we can get this Michigo to untap, victory is ours. And there you go. We didn't even need to untap there. All right. We got our win. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad at all. I will take it. Okay. So that was it, everyone. Our final game for today. Not too bad, everyone. Not a crazy one, but hey, we got our victory just the same. So I will be happy and satisfied with that. Let's now cover the deck overall. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So, overall, Wakandan artifacts led by Shuri, currently the Black Panther. Do you think it's good? What do you think overall? Would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form, everyone? And I'm going to be blunt with you. I love the deck. Actually, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Even though you're only splashing for a little bit of color with Shuri, she's just enough with this style of deck to really kind of push through damage out of nowhere against opponents. The go wide strategy actually works really effectively, and if you saw from, of course, our unranked matches here, if you want to rank up or at least just get your wins in, definitely you can do it with this deck. I was not sure originally about Case of the Gateway Express. Maybe I might trim it down to like 1 if I was going to do this over again. Just 1 copy I think should be fine enough, and you can move that third one copy either to the sideboard, maybe bring in 1 Overprotect, or maybe even a Haywire Might if you just want to, fudge your way through some of the stuff. So that would be something I would probably like maybe reevaluate if I was going to do the deck again. That helps you with a little bit on the side of things. If you're really, really scared about graveyard shenanigans, you can throw in main deck some Tormod's Crypts. I know Historic is notorious for having a lot of graveyard shenanigans, so FYI for that. But overall, I would definitely recommend this for anybody that is a fan of artifact strategies, aggro, Shuri, of course, if you also want to have a little bit of a fresh take on it, because usually Selesnya colors are not the typical colors for an artifact deck. So I was happy about that. As far as the upgraded one, I probably would tweak things maybe just a little bit more. Maybe it should probably be a little bit more creature heavy. We didn't get the chance to see if Skrill was actually going to be relevant in the matches. Roads do help out quite a bit just to make sure you can get certain things out of the way. And then Shadow Spear also helps out a lot. So definitely I would recommend these if you can afford to put them into your deck. I honestly was still satisfied with the deck overall. Just again, a couple minor tweaks here and there would probably make this absolutely devastating against any opponent in ranked. I actually would even go so far as with the tweaks, if you make them to make it better, you could definitely rank up actually even with a deck like this. As you saw, we've been in Platinum 3. We didn't go super far, but we definitely got more wins than losses. So I'm honestly satisfied with overall the deck and how it feels. Okay, so now that I have that all out of the way, you're probably wondering right now, for my True Fire friends who've made it this far into the stream, what are we going to be playing with The Hobbit? Okay, so I don't have anything done just yet. Actually, I don't think they've loaded the cards yet. If they did, then we can at least give you an idea of what's coming up. So let's see. Do they have them already loaded here? Let's see. Nope. Yeah, it's not here yet. So when they do get loaded, hold on. I guess they didn't load them this time like they did with the last set. But in any case, so we will be playing definitely a bunch of the Hobbit cards, and we'll try to mix and match them even with Lord of the Rings just to see if we can get some more fresh ideas from the sets. Obviously, we don't have anything built yet, but we'll definitely start going into stuff. I already have an idea for the first live stream. It's going to be a meme deck, so just bear with me on that one. But it should be a fun one because I did want to test out a theory with one card that I highlighted. In fact, I actually made that into a short last week, so check that out if you haven't already seen it. That kind of gives you a little hint as to what we're going to be doing when we get to that card. Otherwise, I honestly don't have anything else to really say right now. I'm just working on a different video. We don't have a deck tech coming out on the next YouTube video. Instead, I want to talk about one cool, arguably best idea, the best mechanic in Magic in its entire history. So you kind of can see right here, this kind of gives you a little hint as to what I want to talk about as the best mechanic in Magic the Gathering. I'm going to make it just a simple little video about that. Again, just something fun, nothing super crazy, just my explanation and my justification why I believe that cycling is the best mechanic in all of Magic the Gathering's history, the best overall. But we'll go over again that in my future video. I got to finish the audio recording, so I'm a little behind schedule on that one, but I'm going to get that video out as soon as I can. Ideally, I'll get it out by Monday morning. If I don't have enough time, I might have to push it to Tuesday morning just to get that done. As far as when we'll begin streaming for the next live stream, I'm not sure yet. I think my schedule might allow me to do another set on both next Wednesday and Friday, which is perfect because that's, of course, when the set is now out in full, which will then start going all in on Hobbit themed decks. So stick around for that, everyone. I'm going to start brewing over the weekend to figure out what we can start building for the next set. But otherwise, that's pretty much all I have for today, everyone. Thank you so much to everyone that has been with me today. I really appreciate all you, no matter where you're watching from, whether you're watching from X or Instagram or Twitch or even YouTube. Appreciate all of you for being here, everyone, and thank you so much for that. So again, final shout outs to everyone that was with me in the chat today. Words are hard, bleh. But Thank you again for Anunnaki of Gem City for being here. Arham VT. I will try to look you up, of course, on Twitter so I can follow you as well, just so it can be fair. Affinity for Anime, appreciate you being here. And thank you for looking up the Shadowborn Apostle combo, because I had no idea that was a thing, so appreciate that. Almighty Fox94, thanks again for being a new follower and also for joining us for today in the chat. Appreciate you. Jock, U1V, I know you're gone already, but thanks again for popping in again, my little fiery friend. Appreciate you as well. Hopefully you're going to have fun with your mod with, what is it, you said Melon Sandbox? So yeah, take care on that one. And everyone else that is watching, whether it's live or on the replay, appreciate you all watching me just the same. If you've missed any part of the stream today, do not worry. That live stream replay will be available for a limited time on Twitch, but the permanent home will always be on YouTube. Or I think with the new updates to X, you can also find me with the media option on there if you're on mobile. So that's actually kind of neat that you can see that now. So I appreciate those replays are now existing there. And again, if you want to chat with me directly, I'm usually available either on Discord or I will be, of course, someone that's going to be memeing a ton on X. So check me out wherever you want to, everyone. I'll be happy to hear from you. But otherwise, aside from that, that's it for today, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. If you're going to do a pre-release for The Hobbit, have fun with that. Let me know what kind of cool cards you do get. But until then, everyone, we'll get a chance to do this again next week for a brand new set of Magic the Gathering cards. But before we go, as always, I want to leave you with one important thing I want to say. Just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. We'll see you again for The Hobbit next week, everybody. Later.